Welcome to the This Could Make Us Famous podcast. You've heard all the stories of the rich and famous. But what about everybody else? Some of the greatest and funniest stories come from everyday people. Here, we share their stories and just maybe make them famous. Let's get started. Here is your host, Jason McCormack.
What's going on, people out there in the world? How are you guys doing today? I'm doing fine. We have a special show for you today. Welcome to the podcast, This Can Make Us Famous podcast, that is. Today, I'm joined with my beautiful wife, Emilee B. McCormack.
Hey, I'm here again. Once again, he has no guests.
She's a favorite.
I am here.
She's a favorite on the show.
Couldn't find anybody else person.
We're getting a lot of good feedback with her being on the show, so I figured let's just bring her on the show again. So
yeah.
And then we can't forget our faithful, loyal friend, Charlie Bartha. Hey, everybody.
Yay, Charlie.
So, how are you guys doing today?
How are we doing?
What's been going on? I know you've been real busy with...
Kind of tired.
Tired?
Tired, yeah.
Well, she's been working on a property, trying to clean it out for a gentleman that passed away about 5 months ago. And she's just trying to clean it out.
Clean it out, and then we can't say anything else.
And that's all I can say.
That's all we can say.
Cleaning out the property.
That's it. We can't say anything else about real estate laws and all that stuff because I could get in big trouble for that. All right, moving on. Okay.
All right. So, anyway,
you just had to say he passed away too.
Hey, he did. That's
that
okay.
Qualifies as like
you can talk in the microphone.
Stigmatized property.
You don't have to say. You don't have to say any more about it. So, anyways, Charlie, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, what have you been up to lately?
Is it sunny over there?
It's sunny in Charlie's world.
Jason readjusted a lighting.
It's too sparkly over there.
I can't handle it, so I had to put these on.
Charlie's not quite ready for showbiz. I'm just kidding.
Sunglasses.
No, it is bright. I mean,
super squinty.
For some of you guys that have been behind professional lighting and camera equipment, you understand that it's bright. Like you're pretty much blind. So you can have good lighting. So
super bright.
But anyways, I'm sure you guys are wondering why I have this Band-Aid on my arm.
Oh,
did you get a boo-boo?
It's so cute. It's a little baby Band-Aid.
I wanted to make
Thomas
a fashion statement.
Where's
I
Thomas
can't take
the
it
train?
off.
That's good.
I should have gone.
Good. Can I rip it off?
No.
Hey, I got a Sharpie. Can we mark on it?
Ow. No, here, I'll show you guys what happened. See, look.
It's okay. It's okay. No, I want to rip it off.
Oh, I can't stand inside of blood.
Okay, see?
Ew.
Look at that.
Put it back on.
That's from, okay, so I had a scab on there, and I don't even remember how I got it.
Wow.
And I was taking a shower, and I went to dry myself off, and I guess I hit the scab. And I had like a little bubble of blood that just kept pouring out like a fountain. And it wasn't going away.
Like
so
fountain?
No,
Wow.
seriously, like it would not stop. I held it on there for like 20 minutes and I pulled it off and then just blood. So I got that liquid bandage stuff and I just put it on there and then I put a Band-Aid over it real quick.
It's just you kept bleeding, huh? What is that like when you're anemic, when your blood can't clot and you just if you
maybe
get cut,
I am
it's
anemic. I didn't know that.
Big deal.
It was pretty.
Well, we could cut you open again and try it and see if you really are.
No,
yeah.
I'll pass on that one.
Never mind.
We can do that to you though.
No, it's okay. Never mind.
So
different when it's
Hey,
you.
what we do instead of 5 questions and what's in Charlie's bag, the closing will be we'll just slice each one of you open a little bit and see.
This is turning into the cult podcast.
This is getting dark so fast.
Really dark. Hey, the last podcast we opened it up with poop.
Yes,
so.
you did. You certainly did.
Which I will tell you guys, I had some really good feedback from that because there was a lot of people that wanted to hear about the poop.
Good feedback from the poop.
Because that is a real situation in marriages. A couple people, I will not mention their name, but they said their marriage was destroyed.
Really?
Let's just say that from their encounter with seeing the person pooping.
So they just...
That person seen them pooping. And So it's a real thing. And so I didn't want to talk about that on this podcast, but I did want to say the last show we had, that wasn't a terrible topic, even though it seemed like it. So to all the haters out there, there's people that wanted to hear about poop. So in marriage.
All right.
And I want to give a big shout out
system.
to one of our biggest fans. I'm sure he listens to this podcast, I think through iTunes. He's like one of the few that actually just listens to the podcast.
Oh, cool.
I want to give a shout out to my brother in Christ, Jamil. That's right, Jamil. I said your name, Jamil. I'm talking about
You're
you.
famous now.
I won't say your last name, but
Now you need to come on the show. You need to get on the show now.
I need
that
to
would
get
be
you on the
cool.
show. He's a good friend of ours, him and his wife and their
Aw, that
children.
would be awesome.
Great people.
Yeah.
We've been trying to get him on the show, and we will do that for sure. So thanks for being a good fan
You
and
guys have
listening
to
to our
leave
stuff.
my desk alone.
Yeah, we'll just leave Charlie's desk alone.
Nobody, like, he has tape for everything, so if you move it, you have to move it back to the tape.
He's got it measured out
He
perfectly.
totally, like, don't touch anything on his
Jason
desk.
added this light tonight.
Well, I had to add some more light to Charlie because he wasn't lit up enough. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't
But
right,
anyways,
sparkly.
so there's a lot that I wanted to talk about. So I'm going to get right to it this time. I planned the show out.
Did you? I'm
You'd
so
be very proud.
of you. Oh,
You'd be very proud.
My little planner.
However, I did forget to send Charlie something that was extremely important.
Oh.
But you know what? I can add it in during editing. So I can do that. So, but anyways, I wanted to talk about, you know, I've gone down recently this rabbit hole of, well,
Life.
how do I say this without it being weird? That Pizzagate, you know, about all the pedophiles in Hollywood.
Oh, that's a big deep
And
rabbit trail.
I'm really disturbed, let's just say that, like many other people, by what I've seen about all this stuff going on, and it's sick, it's twisted, and I don't really want to go in great details about it. The stuff I've
It's really
seen and
awful.
heard, most of you guys have already heard about it, and you know about it anyway. So, but yeah, it's just so hard to believe that there's people like that in this world that do this to the children, and like these children were like born into it. They didn't have social security numbers, no identification. They're just born into slavery to be used and abused. And a lot of these Hollywood elites and
That's awful. That's terrible.
yeah. And so anyways, so that's the stuff I've been dealing with lately, just watching a lot of that stuff. And I just got to say that I'm kind of to the point where I'm like, I don't think I could watch any more on this. Like, I'm already definitely convinced it's real and this stuff exists and these people are out there. Now it's like, what do I do to help expose this and help bring an end to this? So like, what can I do? And that's what I challenge anyone out there. It's like, yeah, we put in the time, we've gotten the information, we've studied all this stuff. Now it's like, what do we do with that to help bring an end to this? But what I wanted to say was, you know, I've picked up on what they're doing out there to condition the children, to open them up to this kind of lifestyle. I mean, did you guys see that whole, I talked to Charlie a little bit about it, but that troll doll?
Oh yeah, the troll doll Poppy from DreamWorks. Yes, I saw it. That was terrible.
And she had the button, like
the button
positioned between her legs.
A terrible.
And you touch it with your
terrible
finger,
spot.
and that's how it activates it. And she makes like
Yeah,
a
she goes,
giggling,
"Ooh,"
yeah.
or, yeah, it's
Which why did they put that between?
conditioning and grooming and making unnormal things.
Yeah, so like
normal.
little girls think, oh yeah, no, that's
yeah.
because that's what the
Oh,
doll
it's
did.
okay. Yeah, it's okay. Like you're supposed to be touched
Yeah,
in that area.
and
yeah.
that it's funny. Yeah, what do you think, Charlie? What is the?
got his shades on.
He's too cool for school over there. Look at that light just shining off the corner.
Yeah, whatever. I just stepped on something that was pokey.
Charlie just stepped on something that was pokey, everybody. Sorry, I had to
Something
throw that.
pokey.
Something pokey. So, back to the serious topic.
It's disgusting to the utmost, but that's just like what they do. They even girls, they groom girls these days that they got to look a certain way or they're not a girl.
Yeah, not good enough. They're not pretty
I
enough.
agree. Yeah, that's a huge
The
issue,
magazines.
too. Well, makeup and marketing makeup to younger and younger girls, and your hair has to be perfect, and all the filters on our phone.
This is what a good-looking
and
body looks like,
Yeah,
and breast size,
You're not
and
tall enough.
makeup,
you're not
and
thin enough.
tan.
You don't have curves in the right places. Like, oh yeah, it goes on and on and on. And there's some serious conditioning with
And it's not just
young girls.
not just young girls, but mostly I would say men. They want to be strong and fit and be ripped,
Right.
and
And
but
for you, like what's geared towards you is masculinity. Like part of that is having like a beautiful model on your arm or something.
Yeah.
Like that's
status.
That's power. If you can have these pretty
Wealth
women,
and
and that's what gives you respect. And so you guys are being kind of trained and groomed to think that's okay.
Yeah.
Women being okay with being exploited, and men okay exploiting women. And that breaks relationships. There's fewer marriages. If there are marriages, they're not lasting long.
Right. Well, and the other thing I wanted to talk about too along those lines is the other day, my son, we have him on this app called YouTube Kids, and it's supposed to be exclusively for children and safe, and the content is guarded, and it's way safer than the normal regular YouTube, which
Just fixing your Band-Aid. That's
thank
all.
you.
That scab that doesn't heal. Got to keep that covered up.
Oh,
Way to change the
Justin
subject.
wouldn't have done
I'm
that for
sorry.
you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he wouldn't have done that. He might have licked it. That's how weird he is. I was kidding.
Ew, he's not that weird.
I don't
Dear
know.
Lord.
I'm just joking,
Sorry,
Justin. So my son watches YouTube Kids, and we did that on purpose because we noticed some weird, sketchy stuff when he was watching the regular YouTube. I mean, it would go from one video to the next, and then he's watching just weird stuff.
Really weird.
So
videos.
we found out about YouTube Kids. We put him on that, and it's been great for the most part. But then there was a guy on YouTube that plays Minecraft. There's a lot of videos of that where they play Minecraft, and you see their little face on the video, and they're playing and talking funny, and and the kids love it, and it's pretty fun. And then this guy, and I'll show it. In post, I'm gonna in edit. I'm going to put the video clip so you guys can see it. But anyways, I was in the other room, and I overheard this guy, and he said along the lines like, "Hey kids, you like balls, right? Slime balls. What do you think I was, saying?" But I'll put it right here.
Hey kids, you like balls, right? Slime balls, of course. What do you think I was talking about, you crazy person? What? Slime balls. Aye. And they hurt a little bit too. That one back.
Anyways, so you guys just saw the video clip. That's how you do it, Charlie. You do like a little thing, pause, and then show the clip, and then you come back like as if they just watched the clip.
Hey, we're coming back. Just watching that clip.
So, so you guys just saw the clip, and I'm sure you're just as disturbed as I was, and maybe you didn't see it and you just heard it because you're listening to the podcast, but man, it's just crazy that stuff exists out there, that it's just little subtle things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not appropriate. That's not appropriate to say, "Hey kids, you like little balls, right?"
Or
slime balls, of course,
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I'm like, who says that? I mean, little children are watching this. So
Well, why does this guy still have a channel? That's what I
don't
want to
know.
know with everything that's being canceled. Why are we not targeting people that, say inappropriate things like that?
Well, and needless to say, I do want to put this out there because I'm sure people are going to be like, well, did you block him? Yes, I did. I
Did you
blocked
block
it so
him?
that
Okay.
Judah cannot watch his videos anymore. And so we have to be alert to even stuff on YouTube Kids. So, and
Absolutely.
I'll tell you what, if any of you guys, any of the listeners out there have the same problem or you've seen other things along those lines, let us know in the comments, and let's just create a conversation about what's going on with
Yeah.
grooming our children and just inappropriate things that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
We got to protect our
let's not
children.
watch
So
those
you're telling
channels.
me that I shouldn't be taking my child out in involving them in my protest with signs
Oh,
with
yeah.
swear words.
That's exactly what we're saying.
Here
Oh,
we
okay.
go. Let's
Gotcha.
just go to the politics. Let's
gotcha.
do it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, I agree with
No,
that. Like,
yeah,
don't
children-
have your 3-year-old hold up a sign that says F the police. Like, come on. What, like, and then you get mad. We're going to talk about your parenting capabilities.
Yeah, it's just so sad and disturbing to think that people subject their children to that, that their little children have to see that and think it's normal. I mean, I think it's messed up when I see moms when they're out there and they're dressed all skanky like, and they got their little, 8 or 9-year-old daughter next to them.
I agree.
And you're like, you're
Mom,
teaching them that
if
this
you're
is
a
okay.
mom, like, rule number 1, don't have your butt cheeks hanging out. Okay, it's not cute. Like, it's just not cute. And then your daughter or your son, they're gonna be watching you and low cut everything. Everything's tighter. Like the shirts, like what are they called? Crop tops. That's like 3 inches of fabric. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, it just covers up here. And it used to be just like a belly shirt, kind of, sort of, where it came just over the navel. But now it gets smaller and smaller and smaller to where it's like this little, like, just almost covers like your bra. Like, is that okay?
But it doesn't
and then the
quite.
shorts have gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. Like, I can't do that. I can't do small shorts. Like, I have stuff going on back here. Like, it doesn't work for me at all.
Well, it just, you gotta be mindful of your children, and we are supposed to be the example to them, and we got to teach them the way that they should live their life and do things to the point to when they're adults to make their own decisions. And I just feel like
I agree.
we're failing our children so badly, and not everybody. Okay. Yes, there are very good parents out there, but I'm talking about the world as a whole. We're failing our children, and we're teaching them the wrong ways to go and what's acceptable and not. And I think we're going to deal with the consequences of these actions in the future. I mean, you're already seeing, young kids that are killing and shooting and raping and doing all these horrible things.
Very angry. Like, that's
Angry.
one thing I've noticed. Like, younger, like, kids, like teenagers, they're just getting angrier and angrier and angrier.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. And it's really, really sad. What is your thoughts on that, Charlie? Mr. Cool, Charlie, cool shades over there.
Charlie L.
I've
Cool
got
J.
my
Glasses
sunglasses
on. Copyright. Oh, yeah. All right, that's all Charlie has. He's just like,
The world has changed since I raised my girls. You can ask them. This is true fact. Elizabeth come out and she said, "Is this okay for a bathing suit?" And I'm like, "No."
Your skin is still showing. No.
And so she says, "Why?" And I said, "Okay, you can get that, but then we're going right over to the men's department and I'm getting a Speedo. And then we're going to go to the beach together."
and you put the Speedo on.
I didn't even have to.
You didn't have to. What? Come
The
on.
moment Speedo left your mouth.
I
she's
was
like,
hoping
nope,
the story was going to end with Charlie in a Speedo doing a belly flop.
give me the one piece. Give me the wetsuit. Yeah. No, I totally
What a
agree.
what a great lesson to teach your
Yeah.
daughters, though. You know.
Yeah,
I have to remember that.
there was a guy that
I'm gonna wear a Speedo.
there's a guy.
Well, not you. Jeez.
I'm not gonna wear a Speedo.
You mean me?
What are you talking about? You.
There's a guy
Not
that
me. What are you talking about?
he dressed like his daughter. She dressed in those short things that
Uh-huh.
you were talking about. So he went out and cut his jeans.
Oh, the booty shorts.
Yeah.
The
I
booty
saw that.
shorts.
That was so funny.
Like
dude.
literally, guys, 4 inches of jeans this big, trying to cover up
He
all of this.
he had
like,
mostly butt cheek hanging out, and that was
that's
just
so
something.
awful.
Taught his daughter
Okay.
because
But it was funny, dude.
yeah.
That was funny. There's still a lot of clever things that parents do to parent their children. If you guys got something clever that you've done, let us know. I'd love to. I've done some
Threats.
funny stuff.
Threats work great. That's like 90% of parenting is just threats.
Yeah. If you
Threats
do that
that go
again,
nowhere.
that don't work when you have a divorce situation.
Oh.
You've used against you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
well, we're not going to have that, are we?
Yeah. I hope not.
You hesitated when you said.
I hope.
All right, we'll be
I
back
hope
after these
not.
messages.
I really like
The
this
papers
guy.
are in the mail, Jason.
The papers.
I hope he sticks it out. with
Someone has
me.
to serve you, don't they?
No, they can mail it to you, certified.
Really? Huh. But yeah, so we kind of got off on a little bit of a rabbit trail. We were talking about,
What were
Pizzagate.
we talking about?
conditioning children, and then we got to booty shorts.
Booty shorts.
Booty shorts. A guy wearing booty shorts.
You've been like bathing suits, like
Oh
have you
my gosh.
bikinis? Like, okay,
It's just basically lingerie.
you're pretty okay. Well, it's smaller than lingerie. Okay,
Yeah, it's
my
more revealing.
my underwear will cover more area, circumference area than some of these bathing suits. Like, it's smaller than underwear.
And how is that
At
even
least underwear, like
how
it
is that even
works.
comfortable, by the way, when it's
You're
creeping
like-
up there like that?
Your butt crack.
It's smaller
It's going
than
right
your
up your butt.
undergarments. Like, we've reached that point where it's like you might as well just be wearing your actual bra because it's gonna cover more area than the freaking
I think at that
bikini
point you might as well
get.
just go naked.
What about these
The-
these girls, mainly
Store.
these girls? The guys get to take their shirts off, and these girls feel that they should be able to too, basically. So, but they can't, and they can't wear the bra. So what they're doing is they cut their sleeves off.
Oh,
Or anyway, they cut their shirt down the sides,
yeah,
and might as well just take the thing off.
yeah. It's weird. Yeah, we've definitely, the culture is just so weird. It's so weird. What we've normalized, and
I'd like to see some of the school's rules now on dress code, because when Elizabeth and Chelsea were going to school, you couldn't wear anything. You had to stick your arm down to your side.
I remember that the fingertip
The
rule.
fingertip rule. And it had to be
Yes.
past your fingertips or you couldn't wear it.
Yeah.
really,
And I wouldn't let them wear skirts. They were like, why can't I wear a skirt? Why can't I do this? I'm like, okay, you can, but you're wearing shorts underneath it.
Good.
you're airing out your dirty laundry.
Girls are gonna
Quite
come
literally.
After you.
Yeah, your daughters are gonna
Dad,
come after you.
can't believe
Dad,
said
you
that.
put me on the internet. Now I'm on a
Gosh
podcast.
darn it, Dad.
Dang you, Dad.
Dang it, Dad. No, I
This would be a
remember
great
that
time to
rule,
bring up
the-
some
the
embarrassing stories.
fingertip rule.
No, don't do that. Don't.
And then if you had to
There was
lift
this
your
one time-
arms up,
This blood time.
lifting your arms up, and if your shirt like lifted up to like here, you couldn't wear that either. So you had, if you lift your arms up, it couldn't like go show your belly.
Let me try it.
And then, oh my gosh,
Do you see my belly button? Do I have lint in my belly button?
You got armpit hair though. I saw
I do.
that.
I'm
yeah.
proud of that though. I worked hard
Gosh.
for that armpit hair.
That's what we can do.
no, 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 no,
Shave
no,
his
no, no.
armpit hair.
1,000.
Let's do
no,
it.
no, no, no. I'll
Let's
do
shave
the.
his armpit hair.
No,
Please,
I'm
great
doing the
idea,
gummy bear.
Charlie.
I'll do the
Great
9 million
idea.
Scoville gummy bear. You're not ripping my
We'll
armpit
do
hair off.
the gummy bear. We won't rip it out. We'll take one of those little razor things and just.
No,
go
no. We'll get that.
No.
We'll get
Let's
that.
do it.
We'll
We'll
get
shave
that.
his armpit hair off.
We'll get that wax and waxy.
Oh no, no.
Oh, I can make that happen. No
No.
problem. You hold them down. I'll do the waxing strip.
I was watching a show the other day on YouTube, and it's one of those ones where they sit there and they watch videos and they're like, oh gosh, did they really do that? Oh gosh, that was the last thing I expected. They commentate what's going on. So this was a waxing, and they were waxing actual barber shop, and they were waxing these guys and
in their nose and stuff.
Yeah, their nose hair. They put this thing in there, and this one guy didn't even flinch when they.
Oh, and they just like.
So the nose hair thing, okay, because I have experience. Okay, not saying that I had nose hair. It was cheaper to do the full facial waxing than to like do here
certain
or here
parts,
or so you do everything and it's cheaper. You save like $12. So actually, like doing the whole like the ripping of the nasal hair out, it's terrifying. You think it's gonna be the worst pain you've ever felt in your life. You don't feel anything. It's just like boop, and that's it. It does not hurt at all. It's so weird because you think it's gonna hurt.
I'm not buying it. She's
doesn't
trying to get me to do it.
It does not
She's
hurt
like, it
at
doesn't
all.
hurt at all.
Why would I lie about that?
It actually
I'm gonna
feels
lie about
great.
something that actually hurts.
Coming to the next
That does not
podcast,
hurt.
Jason's nostril hairs are going to be plucked.
Plucking, that's a different story. But the wax part, like you look crazy because they put the hard wax in and they get like a little wooden dowel thing, and they do the. Well, you got to do one at a time because you can't breathe. That makes sense, right? So yeah, they pull it out and it doesn't hurt at all. And then you get to see like all the little,
Ickies.
Follicles from your hair.
from your nose. Yeah, that's the freakiest
but
part. You're like, oh my gosh,
Here's my
I have all this hairy stuff
here's
in
my
my nose.
thinking. Why would you do your nostril hairs? Because they're there for a reason. They're there to when you
keep
breathe
dirt
in
out?
your nose. It's like a filter.
Yeah.
So is a lot of other hair that people pay a lot of money to get removed. Just saying. It all serves a purpose, but still it has to go.
Yeah.
Has to go.
What's
Yeah.
that? What's that cream thing that
Nair?
the women? Yeah.
Oh, that stuff does
Oh,
not
they do
work.
those
How-
pranks.
okay.
It does not work.
If that
It's
stuff-
painful and it makes you burn, and all the hair is still there, and you're burning, and
Yeah,
it
if
does
all
nothing.
this stuff works on taking the hair off of women's,
It's called Nair. Nair.
yeah, why wouldn't it work for taking, permanently taking guys
Your
so they don't gotta
facial hair?
shave?
Oh, that would be so
But
bad. You guys would break out so
A
bad.
lot of guys love facial hair these days because
lot
it
of
makes
men
you feel more
have an
manly.
interest in other men that have
If
facial
I
hair.
could
I
grow
think
a
a-
beard, I would be a happy man. But this is all I got, guys.
I think it.
It's
I think
all
it
I can
hides-
do.
hides your
I got
ident-
so
hides
much
your
dirt on
identity.
you and your attempts at growing beard hair.
I've used
Oh.
minoxidil.
Yes,
I watched
he has. He still has it.
I watched the videos on
He has
YouTube,
like 12 bottles in the
and I
cupboard.
take the stuff and I put it on there, and it did work. It worked on my chest when it dripped on my chest.
Guys, when
Yeah.
it came
Now I
in-
have a
it
patch
came
of
in
hair right here.
patchy.
Jason has no hair,
It
but this
came
little
in
patch right
so
here.
I got a little
patchy.
island of hair.
It was like
right there.
scruff there, maybe scruff there. There was no consistency, no flow at all. It was just patchy. It was awesome. Can you,
Well,
can you
see,
do that again?
I've worked in food industry pretty much my entire life, and then on top of that, I was in the military, so I couldn't. I don't know. If I
So
could
you've
ever
had to
grow-
be clean
I've
shaven.
had to be pretty much clean shaven. Well, they allowed us to have certain amount of hair, facial hair.
Like that, can't you have like the soul patch?
So I
thing?
had a goatee going on. Well, then we were doing this rib fest, and I was out there growing in the rib fest, and I didn't know
That sounds
that
delicious.
that
It does
my
sound good.
boss had cranked the heat up
I know where this is going.
Oh no.
on the grill to like burn some of the fat off the grates and stuff.
Oh no.
And so I went out there and I was, checking things, and I was going to check and see, could we turn it off? Because, if it's burned off, we can turn it off. Cool down and clean it a little better. So I just barely creaked that thing open, and poof,
And it singed your
it
hairs on your
singed
face.
every single hair on
Oh.
my face.
That's awesome. You lost your eyebrows and everything.
No, I had kept the eyebrows because I looked up, but I took my mustache and my
I'm
goatee
so
was gone.
sorry.
So ever since then, you just were like, I'm done.
Well, by now it's just gonna grow in gray. So what the heck?
You ought to do it, man. You'd
Great
rock it out.
goatee. I agree.
You're way too far away.
I know I'm too.
She's
far
like,
away.
by the end of the podcast, she'll be way back here.
She's
Up against the
slowly
wall.
falling asleep.
Yeah, she's like, and
I'm
that's
not
all I gotta
falling
say about
asleep.
that.
No way. Not tired at all.
It
You only
took me
took
forever to
30 minutes to set
Hey,
up the
it's
show.
show business.
30
You gotta
minutes
get
to
the
set up
lighting
the show.
right.
He's like, I was like, hey, are you ready? He's like, yeah, I am. We go upstairs and we sit and we wait and we wait and we wait
Yeah, wait till
And we
5
wait.
questions. Emily's
And
got
we
all the
wait.
answers already.
and we wait. Yeah, he was going to give me all the answers to the questions.
Oh yeah, you know what? Well, let's find out what our good buddy Joe thinks about this.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
I know, Joe.
Ah.
I know. I gotta include him in
Poor
every
Joe.
podcast. Joe, exactly. You know what?
You
That'd
made
be
this
sweet
year
if we can get him
bearable,
on
though.
here.
I heard he was running for president.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Wouldn't that be
Get him
Joe
on a
Exotic?
call.
Hey, Joe Exotic.
He'd be like, okay, it's going to cost you. That would be like a $50,000 call.
I
Like,
heard he was
yeah.
going to try for the Democratic race.
Really?
Yeah.
No, for real.
Yeah.
That's not a joke.
Is his running mate going to be a tiger?
A tiger, a vice president tiger. That'd be cool, man. We'd be the only country with a vice president tiger. Joe Exotic as our president. I've seen crazier things. Maybe not as crazy as that.
Mm-mm.
But no, that wow, I don't even want to talk about that show. It's so
Joe
funny.
Exotic. Like you watch it and you're like, why is everybody freaking out? And then episode
Hey.
I know. We talk about
And
that all the time.
If actors can
Episode
become presidents, why can't
2.
a
True.
lion tamer, tiger tamer dude become president?
Why not?
I agree with you, Charlie. I've been working on my Trump impersonation. Listen, I have 5 words for you.
Do you want me to work on my Biden?
Whoa.
You want me to work on my
I
Biden?
told you 5 words. I have 5 words. Whoa. All right, go ahead.
My Joe
Super
Biden.
funny.
Oh, yeah. You do your Joe Biden. I'll do. You're falling asleep. What? Huh?
Oh,
Yes, I agree.
jeez.
That was so funny, Charlie.
Or this last one you see. They're asking him all the time now when I see him. Who's going to be running me? Who's he running me? So funny guy. Why you are?
Oh, yeah, when he was riding by on the bicycle.
What?
You got to hand it to him. That was kind of funny.
What happened? Explain. Tell the
You
story.
picked your vice president yet? Well, yes, I have. And he's riding by on a bicycle, and he's like, you are. And then he kept going by. That was funny.
that is pretty. That's pretty.
You go,
accurate.
Joe.
Yeah.
You go, Joe.
I
So,
don't like Joe. Just saying.
yeah.
Not a
Now,
fan.
we're talking about politics.
We are?
Yes.
Are we? Is that what we were talking about?
We're talking about politics, and there was something I wanted to talk about a few podcasts ago about politics. And do you guys think that actors and like celebrities and athletes, should they be involved in politics?
No. Not.
What's your reasoning?
Not on the platform. If they want to do it on their own.
Well, everybody is entitled to an opinion.
Yeah, but they're on a platform. People look up to
They
them.
persuade a lot of people.
I just don't think it's the right place. Like if you're like
Like if I'm
you
paying,
would just want an award for like best actor, actress in this show, and you go up and you get your award, and the first thing that comes out of your mouth is something really highly political and controversial. That's really not the place for it, because both sides, sides and the middle, 1, 2, 3, different parties watch you as an actor or an actress. So everybody's
Right.
watching you. So, and then it's kind of like a slap in the face to the people that don't agree with you. I just don't think that is the right place to voice your opinion. Like, I think everybody is entitled to an opinion, but if you're there because you're accepting an award for television or for your movie or whatever, best actor or whatever it is, it's really just not the right place
Okay.
to say I disagree with so and so or get
So-
so and so out.
so
like, not the right place. at
how
all.
is that any different than the NASCAR driver Kyle Larson being fired because he was racing on a video game with some other drivers during the time of COVID, and he let the N-word slip, and he lost his job. He got kicked out of NASCAR and everything else. So how's that different than an actor going up there and voicing their opinion on or off the field? They're still representing themselves as an actor. They're still got many, many followers, and they're voicing their opinion.
Right, you're being controversial. Yeah, you do. You represent your business, your company, your professional in your field. You say something highly offensive and derogative to, it may not seem that way to you, but to the other side it does. So, like, it's okay for one side, but it's not okay for the other. But you're right. Wherever you go, you're presenting a level of professionalism.
Well, yeah, and you
represent your business and your company.
I feel like if you have a platform of any type that is, you're like a major celebrity, you have a large responsibility, and the words that come out of your mouth, you're held accountable to that. And I really think that people, it's tough because you feel like, well, as an individual, they should have every right to do whatever they want to do with their own platform and stand for whatever they want. But it's a bigger thing than that, like you were saying, Charlie, like they have millions of followers. So when they say something, I mean, the proof of that is that's why they use actors for commercials. Because
endorsements.
Yeah, because they know that when someone sees their favorite movie star or favorite athlete wearing those shoes, it's going to make them want to go buy those shoes or that shampoo or, whatever that product is, because they've seen their favorite actor, favorite movie star, favorite celebrity. They're going to want that. And that's the power of advertising and marketing and using people's platforms and their fame. And so, yeah, I think these people need to be held responsible, and for them to say things that are like Johnny Depp saying, like, when's the last time an actor assassinated a president? He was talking about John Wilkes Booth, who, assassinated Abraham Lincoln. He was an actor.
That's awful.
And
that's highly inappropriate.
Yeah,
you're talking about
that happened a while ago.
Assassinating the president of the United States.
Yeah.
You're like, do you really honestly think that's appropriate? Like, okay, so Johnny Depp is like on the FBI list now. Wasn't there another actress who said
several.
Something like
Madonna said something about blowing up the White House, and
like,
then she got away with it.
The White House?
And
really?
And then what's her name? Kathy Griffin.
Yeah,
Griffith, the severed head of Donald Trump. I mean, come on.
That is disgusting.
See, I don't care how much you don't like. I mean, I couldn't stand Obama, but I have never said anything evil or even agreed with anything like that.
We
where
never said
like
we're
killing
blow
and murdering
the White House.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Like when's the last time an actor or actress murdered a president? You're talking about murder and assassination of a world leader, one of the most important world leaders we have.
Yeah, you don't have to like someone's politics. You can be upset with their politics and not agree with them and voice your opinions on that. But when it comes to the point of like threatening their life and the place that they live, like that's crazy.
Talking about their family,
crazy.
Their children. There's just certain things we shouldn't do.
Yeah, the hatred is just beyond human understanding. And yes, there's a lot of, liberal Democrats that are probably watch this. I even got some friends that are like, well, what about Trump and all the things he's done that's hateful? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have not heard Trump make a death threat to somebody or a death threat to Obama. He did have very intense disputes with Obama about, if he's from the United States, if he's Muslim, his birth certificate and all that kind of stuff. But there's a difference in that than like actual death threats and stuff. And so at least I can say for my own self that I have learned to respect leadership, even if you don't agree with them. Like last night, we were at a friend's house and we had a debate with someone that had a completely different point of view.
You guys talk loud, by the way.
Whatever.
Sorry.
We all talk
That's
loud
how
when
they
we're in a
think they
debate.
won the debate. Who can yell the loudest?
I was okay with that because I love getting.
Because he could talk the loudest. That's why he was okay with that.
Yeah, right. My throat was like hoarse afterwards. So no, but the thing is, like it was good though. We had some really good talking points, and we listened to their point of view, and that's what it's about, is like letting people express their opinions, have their different viewpoints, but there doesn't have to be hatred involved. And everyone has a right to believe what they believe, and it's not our right to try to convert somebody.
Well, I really liked what you said. You said we can't control somebody, because we get to a point where we want to push our beliefs on other people so much that we actually want to control them. And I think that's the problem we're facing today, is like we think that we can control people somehow and manipulate them into our thinking, but we're not entitled to control people. And I think that's probably like one of the biggest issues we're facing, the last 4 years that we've had. Like, we can't control
people don't know how to
thoughts.
agree to disagree. People have to, they leave debates angry. And it's like, come on. It's okay that they didn't change their viewpoint when you got done talking with them.
Exactly.
That's
okay,
totally
guys.
fine. And do you like them as a person? Not, because of politics, because life, I don't know if you guys know this, but there is way more to life than politics and religion. There's so much more to life. I personally believe God is everything. We're here for a reason.
I agree.
But there are so many other good things to talk about on this planet. And, I could have a friend that I completely disagree with and then be like, hey, you want to go out and hang out? I got a lot of friends that would tell you that that's a true statement. Have completely different views, but I would hang out with them. They're great people.
Yeah, they're still great people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so that's what my hope is out of all this craziness in the world, that we would just learn that it's okay to have a different opinion than somebody else, but it's okay to be passionate also about what you believe. So what I'm not saying like you just buckle in and you cave and you don't have passion for whatever. So if you believe in something, you should believe in it wholeheartedly and be passionate about it, but not to the point where you're extremely hateful and you're not willing to listen to somebody else.
Acting out violently,
threatening
destroying
somebody,
property, setting things on fire, certain public vehicles, that stuff is just, it is not okay at all.
What do you think, Charlie? We got to give you a chance to shine over there. That's going to be Charlie's quote for 2020. Charlie, what's your Charlie, I'll put that on Facebook. Like, how they put like the little quote like from Charlie. Go ahead.
No,
you can't.
that was perfect. That was perfect.
So
no, it's
So
good.
it's okay.
So it's like this. Yeah, I'll say like
Sorry.
1,000
I know
times.
now you can't say
It's okay.
He's trying not to say
Trying
it.
not to say it.
Every time you say you have to do a dab of hot sauce.
Debbie.
No.
Okay, go ahead. All right, back to the serious moment.
I'll say more.
Mo.
More.
Mo.
Great. This is an important topic, and now we
Finish your
can't.
thought. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Go ahead. How do you feel about people expressing their opinions? Should they express it violently or
There is
non-violently?
no excuse whatsoever for expressing your opinion violently. there is no excuse for not standing to the Pledge of Allegiance. There is no excuse for tearing down monuments because you think or feel you're oppressed or whatever they're tearing them down for.
Right.
You can't. The only way, words I want to use. History is history. You can't change that. You can't go back to 300 years ago or 200 years ago and change the way it is. And people don't understand what happened because they don't do the research.
Right.
And slavery, it was black people that started slavery, sold them to the white man, and then the white man ended up bringing them over here. And I am so mixed on, and then it's they say that it's the Democrats are all behind this. Illuminati, the Democrats, whatever term you want to put on them, are majority of the problems. Now, I'm not racist by far. I love my fellow people no matter what color they are.
Except with coffee. You definitely like your coffee black. Just
Charlie, you holding up an Illuminati triangle right now on the table? Guys, look at this. Charlie has his hands up like that.
Yeah, whatever. I was thinking
The
about
truth
doing
comes out. Did you sell us out to the Illuminati? Is that why we got 3 more subscribers?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's
Roth-
all we
the
got.
Rothschild.
You sold your soul and we only got
Sold
3
myself to the devil for
subscribers?
3.
The Rothschilds come and subscribe.
Oh my God.
That's
No.
funny.
I would never sell myself.
So contrary to what I believe or don't believe is irrelevant because it's my opinion and how I opinionate myself. I do it in the utmost respect for people. I'm gonna flat out tell them straight how it is because that's who I am.
Right.
And if they don't like me after that, they don't gotta like me.
Right.
I've taken a bunch of heat over this mask issue and been called hypocrite over this mask issue. And, but I'm still a stand on my beliefs and, you can throw as much evidence you want my way and I can throw as much evidence your way. The bottom line is, what are you going to believe and what am I going to believe?
Right.
And more importantly, are you taking action towards your beliefs and you're not just
Right.
being somebody that just talks?
Are you standing by
Yes.
what you believe in? That's the most important thing. And like, you mentioned the word hypocritical. What I view of anyone hypocritical is someone that just they say something and they are not doing what they're not living by what they say. And I've done that in my life before. In my younger years, I was hypocritical in some areas, and I got called out for it, and I owned it, and grew from that. But and that was when I was in ministry. Made some major mistakes, but we all do, as humans, we make mistakes. But I like what Charlie was talking about, and I really feel like, we just have to, you have to be all in. Whatever you believe in, don't ride the fence on it. Like whatever it is that you're passionate about, you got to be all in. And if you're convinced after all the research, after all the, the knowledge you've gained from it, and you feel like you're all in on this and you believe this certain way, unless you're, researching how to be a serial killer or
Don't
commit
be
a crime.
all in on
Don't
being
be all
a
in on that,
serial killer. That is like that's
another
exception.
sad thing. That's another sad thing.
You
Not
need
to
to
take
be
away from
all
what you're
out.
saying, but
About being all in and
before I lose this thought,
Yeah, go for it.
you can go and Google anything.
Right.
So why are they so surprised? Because teenagers know how to make bombs. Google, how do you make a bomb?
Don't say anything, Google.
Google.
We have a little
Go back
Google
and
Home
look.
Mini behind us, and it's come on a
I know
few
how
times
to make a sparkler
during the
bomb.
show.
Is that?
Oh,
that
don't say
cool?
that. Don't. We were just,
I'm sorry. I don't. No, I
No.
don't. I have no idea what that is. What are sparklers?
Why
Do you know
why
what
is it a
sparklers are?
surprise when this stuff happens?
Huh?
They can Google it.
Yeah. Yep, they can Google all that stuff, and so
Mm.
yeah. But these are good things that we needed to talk about. We haven't been talking about politics for the last several podcasts, and we did at one point a while back, but every once in a while it's good to touch on some of that stuff. What the heck is that little fairy floating around in here?
Oh, I like
Yeah, a
you.
little dust fairy. So yeah, sometimes it's good to just talk about these things,
Justine?
but we, like I've said many times before, absolutely, I love everybody and their different points of view. We may get in debates and walk away from it not agreeing. You may make a rude comment under the video or make a comment about your opinion, which may not be rude. It
Or
just may
try
be
to sue
contrary.
us.
Yeah, they won't. And that's cool. I'm fine with it. You may say this is the worst podcast I've ever heard. You sound terrible. You look dumb. Worst
We
ever.
already know that. It's okay. We know we
No,
look
I
dumb.
don't. You have to be confident in yourself and be comfortable
Well,
because
yep.
the truth is, and all of you out there listening, you should all know this by now, living on this earth, you can't make everybody like you. You just can't. I've looked at my favorite YouTubers or favorite movie stars, and they have thousands of thumbs down on videos. And you could be like, dude, that was an amazing video, or that was a funny joke. Thousands of thumbs down. It's because nobody on this planet at all has everyone that likes them. It's impossible. Nobody. So you just have to be you. Be the best you can be and do the best you can and love other people. So that's what I'm all about.
Do the best you can.
And, let the people have their opinions about you, but don't base your life on what other people think about you because it's you that have to live your life and they got to live their own and they're going to have haters in their life too. So with that being said, we're at the 50-something minute mark. Charlie.
5312.
Charlie's been wanting to do this for a long time since the last time we did it, which was only 2 podcasts ago. I thought I would allow him to.
Yeah, I would allow him.
I would allow him.
You were allowed, Charlie.
So back by popular demand from my mother-in-law and a few other people.
my mother-in-law and
Are
her
we going to
friends.
do 5 questions first?
Go ahead. Let's just throw the 5 questions and we'll do that little nasty jelly bean thing, and then we'll do the Charlie's bag, and then we'll be done
Hey,
with the
there
show.
is always the pool.
The next
thing.
podcast, though, we're gonna try something really different. So go ahead.
All right. What can be broken but is never held?
A heart.
What can be broken, but
That
is
is right, dude.
never held?
It's too late.
She gets the answer.
What is
Because
it?
you answered wrong.
Yeah, that
No,
is
I
wrong.
didn't.
You
Yes,
can
you
hold
did.
a heart. What can be broken but's never held? A light bulb? I don't know.
Oh, I gotta add our.
I don't
I gotta
know.
get this, some different
We
music.
need the moon
but-
music. That's
Yeah.
what is missing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we'll start over.
Okay.
What can be broken but is never held?
What can be broken but is never held?
No answers?
I don't
Let's just go.
know.
A promise.
Oh.
Hey, do we have to eat the
Hey,
jelly
but I've
beans?
never held my heart.
They're in here. Let's pull them out. Nasty, disgusting.
I'd rather do the hot ones.
Well, you can hit yourselves again if you want. I don't care.
All right, I'm doing one. We were both wrong.
Holy smokes, that
What
was
is this
real
one?
spicy. All right.
Ooh, this one is jalapeno.
That's the one I got.
Next on the
Hot. Uh-oh.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh.
next one is, what is
That
it?
is not jalapeno. Go ahead.
That is
What?
jalapeno. It's the green one.
What is it that lives if it is fed and dies if you give it a drink?
Lives if it's fed and dies if you give it a drink.
Yeah.
A fish.
No.
All I heard was anti-American.
I didn't remember
Okay,
that being
say it
there.
again. What was that?
What can be broken but is never... Oh, wait a minute.
I already did that one.
Yeah. What is it that lives if it is fed and dies if you give it a drink?
I don't know,
Oh my God,
Charlie.
just go ahead.
You just want us to be
Fire.
Speaking of fire, I have another super hot jelly bean.
I kind of like this.
I know you do. You're enjoying yourself, huh? Ah.
Go on, Charlie.
If a plane crashes on the border between the United States and Canada,
Oh,
where would you bury the survivors?
what?
You can't bury him there.
Say that again.
They're on a plane.
If a plane crashes on the border between the United States and Canada, where do you bury the survivors?
I have no idea. Where would you bury the survivors?
Oh,
That is hot. Oh,
I need the trash can.
habanero.
It's in front of Emily.
I actually might throw up.
Really?
I'm feeling waves of vomit coming up.
It's got a bunch of stuff in it.
I don't care. Oh, this is from the one podcast.
So hot.
This one, oh, this is a jelly bean I spit out.
Ew.
All right, go ahead.
Are you going to answer?
Oh, man, that's disgusting. That's so gross.
It's so
go ahead.
hot.
If a plane crashes on the border between the
Ew.
United States and Canada, where do you bury the survivors?
In the ground.
On the border?
They're survivors. You're not burying them.
Oh, my bad.
I have never even guessed one of your questions, Charlie.
He picks the hardest ones.
All right, now let's hit each other with the noodle.
So, if it
Oh, my God,
If it's-
dude, I can't.
is it legal for a man to marry his widow's sister?
No,
Yes, it is, because his wife's dead.
it's illegal.
No, it's legal, because she's dead. If his
Here's the
wife is
answer.
oh, we got another one wrong?
The correct answer is no, but your reasoning behind it is way off.
It's no.
It's no because since he is dead, it would be hard to do so.
How is he dead?
Because I said, is it legal for a man to marry his widow's sister?
His
Oh, his
Oh.
widows. Ugh.
Gosh darn you,
All
Charlie.
right, just hit me with the noodle.
Hitting you with the noodle.
Pick up my noodle and
These
hit
are
me.
hot. How are you going to survive the nitro gummy
I
bear?
already had the
He
hottest
can't
one.
even handle the bamboozle.
My mouth is on
hot.
fire. All right, hit me.
I'm going to hit you.
Hit.
Could you-
Hit.
I'm going to hit you hard.
Oh, right on top of the headphones.
Yes.
I get to hit her because I got part of mine right.
Yeah.
No, I'll do a jelly bean.
Okay.
I don't want you to. Oh! I'm not doing a jelly bean now.
Can you guys see me through this thing?
All right, last question before we do the other thing. How could a man go outside in the pouring rain without protection and not have a hair on his head get wet?
He's bald.
Correct.
I got one right.
I'm going to say that he is bald as well. What the
No.
heck?
You can't say the
Yes,
same as
you
me.
answered. Ugh.
Wow. Okay. You happy now?
No, I'm
that
not.
out of your system?
I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
Charlie, you trying to end us? So that's the last question. All right, so now, guys, it's time.
The moment you've
The moment we've been waiting for several podcasts because we haven't done this in a while because we've been doing these stupid jelly beans, man.
I agree.
Ladies and
They're getting
gentlemen,
old.
I bring to you
What's in Charlie's bag?
I
is in
gotta get the
Charlie's
crumpling
bag.
back. That's the best part.
I just want to point out that Charlie sat on Charlie's bag earlier.
Okay.
So whatever's in there
do I
is
have
not
that?
looking good.
I might be able to pull that. I can't promise you guys, but I might be able to get that clip from Emilee because she was doing a Facebook Live video as
Really?
he crunched
the
down.
crumbling. It's not gonna sound very good.
So,
All right.
Ooh, is it good? Is it delicious? Is it yummy?
More hot stuff? Come on, dude.
No, that looks good. It's okay.
Hers.
Oh, I love these.
Talkies.
Yay!
I love Talkies.
Best Charlie's bag ever.
All right, Charlie.
I
We got to do our quick thumbnail real
Nice
fast.
days.
All right, we're doing a thumbnail if you guys don't know.
Oh,
All right,
I
so
want these first.
all right, so we got what we got here is Hers, HERR apostrophe S, jalapeno poppers, flavored cheese curls,
Those look delicious.
and then we got Takis Fuego.
I love Takis. We're good. Thank you,
All
Charlie.
right, so we're gonna
God bless
break
you, Charlie.
into the jalapeno,
I'm gonna get into those.
we are.
Yes, we are. Yes,
the
we is.
jalapenos.
Are they still intact?
Okay, the smell is not too bad.
I wanna
It's not
smell.
like those pig skins.
It smells like cheese.
Mhm.
It just smells like cheese.
Wow,
Are they really good?
those are actually really good.
Aren't they? I knew they would be delicious.
Those are great, actually. I wonder if you crumbled it up and snorted it, how that would be.
This is so. They're like you know the Cheetos cheese puffs, not like
But with
the
the kick.
original.
But with the kick.
Cheetos, but like the puffy ones. So it's like that, but just like they're just a little bit spicy. They're really good.
And we got Takis.
Takis are delicious. Comes
So-
in the purple bag. Fuego. Remember that pastor? Fuego, 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 fuego.
Pastor Nava. All right. So, I'm going to swallow this before I
This
choke.
is awesome. You're awesome, Charlie.
That was a good Charlie's bag.
Delicious.
You know, next time we do a Charlie's bag, maybe that time
Cheesecake.
there won't be a food item. Maybe it can be like as seen on TV item.
I walked around DG and I didn't see anything good.
Right?
Yeah.
DG.
Takis.
So, anyways,
Love
that concludes our
These are
podcast.
good.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I absolutely love and adore every one of you guys, all my listeners. If you're just tuning in to us and this is the first time you ever heard the podcast, thank you for making it to
These
this
are
point.
delicious.
And if you didn't make it to this point, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Absolutely love everybody. You guys are
I
amazing.
would recommend these.
When I'm editing my wife's still
They're so good.
fascinated.
They're delicious.
So when I sit down for hours editing these videos, I think about you guys as I'm doing it. And sometimes it gets frustrating because I'm tearing up. Anyways, it's a lot of work. It's hard, but I do it for the subscribers, for the fans, to give you guys good content,
Wait,
to
what was that?
entertain you guys.
A fan just said they wanted to see you eat the ghost pepper jelly bean.
Oh, the Carolina Reaper one?
Do
I already
it,
had it.
do
That
it,
was the
do
first
it.
one I had. No,
Was
that
it
was the
really?
second one.
I wonder
And
what
it was
these
horrible.
would taste like together.
All right. So, anyways, that concludes the podcast. We're rambling on now, but you guys keep it real, do good things, change the world, love people,
Do good things.
put other people before yourself, okay? Unless it's a serial killer. That's all I'm going to say.
And get some jalapeno popper.
Don't put them before yourself or
Cheesy
you'll end
cheese
up
curls.
dead. Love you guys. Take it easy. Tune in for the next podcast. We're out of here.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the This Could Make Us Famous podcast. Want to help make someone famous? Have a story to share? Get in touch with us at facebook.com/thiscouldmakeusfamous. And be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss a single episode.